Well, hey there, wanderers. It's great to see everybody here. Today was kind of a long day. I woke up and Michael and I had breakfast, and I drove home to Pennsylvania from Sterling Renaissance Festival. What a weekend. So I see a ton of people are already here. Hello, Rebecca. And I see that we have Mr. Lindsay with us, as well as Lisa. Haven't seen you in a bit. Good to see you, Lisa. We see Barbara is here, and Carlos, and Vanessa, and David. Unagi. I'm all about that. I think that is definitely something we need to try with that pie, but maybe when it cools down a bit. And I see Mr. Matt is here as well. If I'm missing anybody, I'm really sorry. Welcome to the Wandering Bard. If you've never been here before, this is our imaginary virtual tavern, and I am Jeremy Grafe, the humble innkeeper. Of course, we have House Elf 1 behind the bar.
That's true. Hi, Heather.
Oh, hey, Heather. I went and guested with Volgamut all weekend at Sterling, which was great. We had a really great time. I played in their 2 quiet sets and only got to see part of one of their loud ones because I wanted to experience as much of Sterling as I could. And of course, I had to check in with Theater of Fools. I got to see 2 of their shows, which was excellent. They are a delight. If you get to see them at a Renaissance festival anywhere, do it. They are at once heartwarming and funny and clever in all the best ways. And you'll really have a great time. I got to meet and see Merry Mischief perform a little bit. Jim Hancock with a bunch of different people over the course of 2 days, which is always a delight. And of course, the mighty Cantiga. And I was so excited to see them for a lot of reasons. It's always great to hear Martha play. It's always great to hear Alex play. The thing that really stuck out for me, Alex played one of the most gorgeous solos over Cantiga 100 on his recorder. And I wish I would have maybe recorded it, but I am not a good photographer at live events. I tend to be very in the moment. If you want photographs, we need to have the house elf along, which she wasn't. So you'll have to take my word for it. Or go see Cantiga when they've got Alex with them. So, it was just it was a beautiful weekend, and the weather was perfect. High 70s on Saturday and sunny, low 80s, high 70s on Sunday and sunny. It just could not get better. And of course, I got to see Clan Tinker, and I went for the Moving Spheres section of one of their shows, which is one of my favorite things that they do. And it's Santiago playing his accordion, along with Elijah doing some really incredible contact juggling, and Serendipity helping to set the mood with bubbles. It's just, describing it does not do the bit justice. Like, go see them. They're amazing. I can't say enough good things. And I got to see Will as Royal Falconer, which was brilliant. I didn't get to see his Raven Hugin in the show, but he was camped across the way from the area where Volgamut and I were using as a green room, so I got to hear Hugin all day. I love ravens, so it was really cool to get really close to one who is so funny and so clever. Anyway, tonight's show, I got a bunch of ballads, because that wasn't really what I was thinking I was going to do tonight. And then I looked at most of the set list, and I'm like, well, why don't we switch a few things around? Because I'm a little tired after the weekend, I'll be honest. And I wanted to do something that was going to be kind of low-key, but really beautiful and still meaningful. So here are a few of my favorite ballads. And that, of course, is Love Song by The Cure, written as a wedding gift for his wife, Mary, which, you know, if I were if I were going to wish anything for all of you, if you're not in a place where this is where you are now, I wish you had a partner that is worthy of that kind of love and care, and will give that to you. I'm pretty lucky, because I certainly have that. But, I know not all of us get to have a house elf. But I hope someday you all get a house elf of your very own. Or cats. Or a raven. So I just want to take a moment to wish a happy birthday to my mom, because today is her birthday. And I don't know if she's watching, because the direct line hasn't reported in.
That's because she's out doing stuff.
But she might watch later. So if you send your birthday wishes, that'd be real cool. And we'll figure out a way to get that to her. Yeah, I know, Vanessa. And I really hope that starts to clear up. But you're still in a place where you're clearing out. And as you mentioned not too long ago, freedom comes with a cost. And it is definitely worth it. So stay strong. Next bit. So Matt Whitney and I were having a conversation via email after last week's show, and he had a really good recommendation. He sent me a video of "Green Grow the Rashes" by Dougie MacLean. Well, he didn't write it. It's an old Robert Burns poem. And somebody else set it to music, but Dougie MacLean does a really good version. And I listened to it for like the better part of a day. And so it's probably not as polished as I hope it will be someday. But anyway, here is a pretty cool Robbie Burns bit. Not but care on every hand, in every hour that passes. Oh, what signifies the worth, oh man, and 24 the lassies. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, sweetest hours that e'er I spent are spent among the lassies. Oh, the worldly race may riches chase, and riches still may fly them. Oh, and though alas they catch them fast, their hearts can ne'er enjoy them. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent are spent among the lasses. Oh, but give me candy already, my arms about my dearie. Oh, and worldly cares and worldly men may all go topsy-turvy. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies. Oh, all nature swears the lovely dears, her noblest work she classes. Oh, apprentice hand she tried on man, and then she made the lassies. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, the sweetest hours that e'er I spent were spent among the lassies. Oh, green grow the rashes. Oh, Green grow the rashes, oh, sweetest hours that e'er I spent was spent among the lassies, oh. Yeah, and that's Green Grow the Rashes by Robert Burns. Don't know who set it to music. Well, I'm bummed you're not going to be at Penzic, Vanessa, because, well, Michael and I are showing up for Peace Week tomorrow. And once we're checked in, the plan is to find somewhere and just to play music for pretty much the rest of the week. So, yeah. Anyway, I don't know what live streaming is going to look like. Michael and I have tentative plans to make the attempt Thursday night, but who knows? We're going to do a little bit of scouting tomorrow and see if we can find a good spot. And I think he's going to be notifying all you, because I think most of you are probably on his Facebook, about whether or not we're doing that Thursday night. And Monday night is not probably happening here, but who knows? Let's do a quick poll. Yes, we have questions, so let me get to those. Yes, Matt, the chorus is amazing. Although the chorus was pretty easy. The third verse is the one that choked me up really hard for days. Actually, today's the first day that didn't happen. So you saved me some money on eye drops for my contacts, which was great. Yes, David, I am going for both weeks. Michael and I are going to play a good bit this week, but I'm planning on sneaking away to play with Sam and Santiago Tinker. And I don't know when the Wine and Alchemy gang is rolling into town, but I'm going to look them up too, and maybe get to jam with them a bit. Hold on. Maybe not tonight, Carlos. I don't know that I'm up for it, but I will definitely put that in the program in the coming weeks. Yes, Heather, I am definitely looking forward to a week of music and friendship. So, yeah, I think I'm caught up on questions. Am I caught up on questions? Like actually, literally, Rebecca? 5 minutes alone? Just that? Anyway, yeah, a little time alone is probably not a bad thing. Oh no. Well, that's an answer. Thank you, Vanessa. All right, Roxanne is stranded in West Virginia. Well, I hope she gets unstranded very soon with a minimum of fuss. So, yeah. Well, at any rate, hopefully we'll all travel safely to Penzic that are on our way. Hopefully we'll get to meet some new friends for sure, and we'll get to reconnect with some old friends. And then next week there are 2 Volgamut concerts that are planned, and it sounds like we might be playing more than what we thought we were at the market. TBA on all that. I might be talking out of turn. I don't know. Right on. Well, I think I got to get back into a little bit of music. Although it is great to catch up with everybody, and it's cool to see everybody checking in with each other and supporting each other. I mean, seriously, that's really been a major part of why I continue to live stream, because it gives us a place we can all hang out. And even though I know some of us are kind of going back to, like, I don't know, the new normal. Maybe going back to isn't the thing, like embracing the new normal. Just doing the thing because we have to. It's still pretty great because we're still getting to hang out with each other across some pretty big distances tonight. So, Yeah, Carlos. Maybe not a bad song at all. Definitely not on an acoustic guitar. Anyway. My words, they are simple. My story is true. Oh, once I was carefree, my own path to choose. I courted a lady by night and by day, but now she has left me and gone far away. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. She followed me gladly from Donnybrook Fair. I bought her fine ribbons to tie in her hair. She offered to marry and stay by my side, but then in the morning she sailed with the tide. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. My parents, they chide me and will not agree, saying me and my true love ne'er married should be. But let them deprive me, let them do what they will. While there's life in my spirit, she's the one I love still. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. If I were a blackbird, the wind neath my wings, I would follow the vessel my true love sails in. In the top rigging, I'd there build my nest. I'd flutter my wings o'er the one I love best. Yeah. You know, one of the things that I loved the most about Sterling this week was during the quiet sets, getting to play some of these ballads with friends and just feeling the connection through the music. Getting to hear the grooves that Dan was putting down just to act as the heartbeat for the whole thing. Hearing James's bass choices on the trombone and like the tone that he was getting that was like blending so beautifully with the rest of us. Hearing Mike's solo choices on his VL, I realized that I haven't gotten to play with Michael on his VL in like months, like I think, since they were in Pennsylvania last time. And I realized how much I missed it. And hearing what Chris was doing on the recorder, it was just one of those really beautiful things. I mean, our first show was 2:45, so it was already like about as hot as it was going to get. And then our last show was 5:45, which was like the last thing that happened before the pub sing. And it was just 5:45, especially, just the feeling in the air. I mean, I think most of us have been to a Ren Fair and know what this is like, but you know, it's that late part of the day that there's still a couple hours left, but you've been there since opening canon and it's hot, but it's just been one of those beautiful days, because like going from one show to another, like everything just seems to be hitting just right. And like even the things that maybe aren't the most comfortable or aren't perfect, you don't really mind, just because the vibe is just exactly right. And that is what the whole weekend kind of felt like. And just to have that chance to be up on stage with friends and be connecting with an audience right there. There were a couple moments where people were walking by and, just getting a moment to smile in the middle of a song and seeing people like sit down and hang out with us for a little while. And maybe they were just tired from walking up the hill, but, it was just nice to have those shared moments. So I'm really grateful for that. So, yeah, Gold Light. Yeah, there was definitely some magic hour vibes, although it doesn't get dark at Sterling until close to 9, which was actually really cool too. Yeah, that's a great idea, Carlos. I'm all for Kashmir, and maybe I'll even learn the lyrics and sing, because that's still one of my favorite Zeppelin songs. Yeah, that is actually a fairly long list of favorite Zeppelin songs. So, I actually have a poll. So next week, no? Yeah?
Sure.
Okay. I had to make sure because we weren't sure about this when we aired. So I've given her time to think this through. So here's the deal, friends.
We were talking before.
Yeah, we were talking before the show.
And,
well, go ahead. It's your...
We thought, since Jeremy's going to be away next week and I really have nothing to do on a Monday, do you want to hang out with the house elf and just be like, hey, let's just hang out and chat and ask questions?
House Elf AMA right here at the Wandering Bard next Monday. So who'd be down for that? Like, blow up the chat if that's something you're into. Because if you're not, we'll just take a break.
That's okay too. We'll take a break. But I figured I'd offer it up if you
Well,
know.
Lisa and Carlos are already enthusiastic yeses.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I have no idea. We'll just talk about cats and chocolate and...
Oh, Rebecca's in too. And she's shouting about it. So,
yay!
Well, the West Portugal contingent is all for it. So, I mean, that pretty much carries it. But if the delegates from the rest of the relative kingdoms around the country, all right, Midwest correspondent is checking in. And
we'll figure it out. The tech will be all wonky and whatever. It'll work.
Cats and chocolate, it could be. If there's anybody who's going to entertain cats and chocolate, it's the house elf.
It's true. It's true.
Mm.
Just a short little thing. We'll just, just connect and say hi and just chill.
Yeah. It might not be the usual, full hour time slot,
No.
but it will happen at the normal time.
Yes, it will happen at 8 p.m.
So I'm going to put that in an email that's set to go out automatically, because if you are on my email list, which if you're not, hop on over to jeremygrafemusic.com, and if you sign up, you'll get a free record. Anyway, I sent out an email pretty late today for me because I got up and got breakfast with Michael and got on the road and realized about an hour into my drive, oh, yeah, I didn't write an email for today. So sorry I was a little late today. Just catting, yes. It's not a Big Trouble in Little China shirt. It's actually a Mastodon shirt. It's my favorite Mastodon album, Crack the Sky, which, if you don't know it, I highly recommend it if you're into music that is both heavy and progressive and a little bit strange. It's like listening to a really incredibly surreal and gripping movie about a guy who becomes paralyzed, astrally projects, and among his various adventures, he meets Rasputin and the Tsar. I commend it to you. Crack the Sky by Mastodon. But I would wear a Big Trouble in Little China shirt. I think it's among Kurt Russell's best work. James Hong? Oh yeah, absolutely. I feel pretty invincible right now. Anyway. A la una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. A la una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. A las tres da mi amante, a las cuatro me casé. A las tres da mi amante, a las cuatro me casé. Ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura. Dime, niña, ¿dónde vienes? Que te quiero conocer. Dime, niña, ¿dónde vienes? Que te quiero conocer. Si tú no tienes amante, yo te he de aprender. Si tú no tienes amante, yo te he de aprender. Ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura. Yéndome para la guerra, dos besos a la redí. Yéndome para la guerra, dos besos a la redí. Es uno es para mi madre y el otro para ti. El uno es para mi madre y el otro para ti. Ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura, ansi ve tu hermosura. A la una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. A la una yo nací, a las dos me engrandecí. A las tres da mi amante, a las cuatro me casé. A las tres da mi amante, a las cuatro me casé. Ansi ve tu hermosura, Ansive tu mosura, ansive tu mosura. So catching up a bit with the comments, yeah, James Hong is amazing. And if you haven't seen it already, I highly recommend Everything Everywhere All at Once with Michelle Yeoh. It's brilliant. It is everything I love. It's incredibly poignant and like painfully beautiful in moments. And in other moments, it's utterly absurd. And I think I will not try and describe it. If you follow Honest Trailers said about Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness that Everything Everywhere All at Once was the multiverse they wish would have happened for Doctor Strange. And I would have to agree wholeheartedly. It's wonderful. I've seen James Hong and Michelle Yeoh in a lot of stuff. And seriously, without reservation, it is my favorite thing that either of them is in, alone or together. So check that out. It's real weird and real beautiful. Everything, everywhere, all at once. And there you go. So, again, it's my mom's birthday, and at some point...
Yes, she saw.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. The direct line checked in and said, "Thank you, everyone, for your birthday wishes."
Right on. Cool. Well, so, hey, Mom, happy birthday. A while back, you said that this was one of the favorite things that I played that you really loved. So this one is for Mom. Abroad as I was walking one evening in the spring, I heard a maid in Bedlam so sweetly for to sing. A chain she rattled in her hand, and thus replied she, "I love my love because I know my love loves me." Cruel were his parents who sent my love to sea, and cruel was the galleon that bore my love from me. Yet I love his parents since they're his, although they ruin me. I love my love because I know my love loves me. Of straw I weave a garland, I'll weave it very fine. Of roses, daisies, lilies, I'll mix the eglantine, and I'll present it to my love when he returns from sea. For I love my love because I know my love loves me. Just as she there sat weeping, her love he came on land, and hearing she was in Bedlam, he ran straight out of hand. He flew into her loving arms, and thus replied he, I love my love because I loves me. So now these two are married, and happy may they be. Like turtle doves together in love and unity. All pretty maids with patience wait that how God loves at sea. For I love my love because I know my love loves me. For I love my love because I know my love loves me. Ah. Well, friends. Oh, no. I have good news, and I have bad news.
Oh, no.
So the bad news is, I only have one more song. The good news is, I've got one more song, so you can.
For those of you who cannot read, that says applaud wildly.
Closed captioning for the old Germanic impaired. Anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. It's always great to have this crew hanging out at the Wandering Bard. Always good to see old friends across the table. Hopefully, we've had a few new people come into the doors. If you haven't yet, please do say hi in the chat. We always love to welcome new folk. Don't hide in the corner. Come on over to the common table. I know some of us might seem a little strange, but pretty soon you'll realize we're actually pretty cool and you'll fit right in just well. So if you have wandered in and you're new, please also give the channel a follow. Pretty much here every Monday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. The program is usually different. We usually have a lot of the same faces here, and that's a good thing. It's nice to have regulars to be able to welcome in the new folk and check in with each other. It's a really great community. So, yeah. Other things that you can do, if you happen to be an Amazon Prime subscriber, part of your benefits is that you get a free Twitch channel subscription every month. I would be honored if you would pick this one. And if you haven't re-upped it, you actually do have to manually reselect this every month. So thank you for those of you who have been reselecting the Wandering Bard as a cool place to hang out. And if you really are down for this music and would like to support it and be a part of it, hop on over to jeremygrafemusic.com and subscribe there. For the low price of $5 a month, you'll get access to my entire catalog as a download. You'll also get exclusive videos, and when I get back from Penzik, there are some things that are going to get posted very soon. So there will be even more music for your listening pleasure, including some pretty cool acoustic demos that actually turned out really well. So lots of cool stuff in the offing for wanderers out there. You're right. There aren't too many better wanderer songs to end a set than this one. Kind friends and companions, come join me in rhyme. Come lift up your voices in chorus with mine. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain. For we may and might never all meet here again. Here's a health to the company and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may and might never all meet here again. Here's a health to the dear lass that I love so well. For style and for beauty there's none can excel. She smiles on my countenance as she sits on my knee. Sure there's no one on earth who's as happy as me. Here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may and might never all meet here again. Our ship lies at harbor, it's ready to dock. I wish a safe landing without any shock. If I ever should meet you by land or by sea, I will always remember your kindness to me. So here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may and might never all meet here again. My footsteps may falter, my wit it might fail. My course may be challenged by November gale. If fortune shall prove to be friend or be foe, you will always be with me wherever I go. So here's a health to the company, and one to my lass. Let us drink and be merry, all out of one glass. Let us drink and be merry, all grief to refrain, for we may and might never all meet here again. Hey friends, thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. I have been, and will hopefully continue to be, Jeremy Grafe. We have House Elf 1, Behind the Bar.
Behind the bar?
Behind the bar. You have been hanging out in the Wandering Bard Tavern, and hopefully we will see you very soon, either out on the road or here, Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern. Love you all. Good night.